Welcome to day 10 of 30 days of AL, and today we are looking at the best practice of is temporary record safeguard.
Hii ni Tech na Msangi ya jishinde.com.
So when you're working with temporary tables or real tables, you can have code where you can assume that the record variable is or is not temporary. So the best practice is not to assume, but test to be sure. So just a brief history where many developers went through a period where they did an unwanted delete all of a real table in production database because they were only assuming something. Mostly, or maybe it happened once to them, they were assuming that a table is temporary. So it's good practice to use the Record.IsTemporary method to test this predicate, mainly when you are doing destructive action. Another case when it's good practice to use this test is when you're subscribing to triggers on a table. So in most cases, you do not want to return your code when the trigger is running over temporary record, and you cannot assume that this specific table will not be used as temporary or someone or as temporary by someone else. So reacting to the trigger as if it was triggered by a real table could change. Okay, could lead to corrupted data or unpredictable errors, and the reason could be hard to find. Okay, when subscribing to triggers like on insert, on update, on modify, on delete, but we are not advised to subscribe to uh, base application or table triggers, but only if necessary, we should basically confirm if it's temporary. And here is an example of bad code versus good code. So when you are subscribing to maybe on after insert event, we can do something, but we should confirm if it's temporary. So should be temporary is temporary, then delete all, or if not, then you throw an error or something. So if it's temporary, you exit and such a thing. So when you're subscribing to an event, we can confirm if a record is temporary before we are able to add our code. So there are small tips, but they can be so impactful to good practices, and some applications are so severe or very important, and you can imagine having deleted a master record just because of not using the is temporary. Yes, you could be having a backup to retrieve it, but why go through that whole process? So let's use the is temporary when necessary, as the is temporary record safeguard best practices advises. So that's it for day 10 of 30 days of AL. Let's meet at day 11 on 30 days of AL.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so that you don't miss the next one.